So let's just dive straight in and look at what really stood out beyond the obvious stuff. We're talking about those little details, the surprising bits, and what they could actually mean for how the game plays. Okay, first up, some of the micro details are just, well, kind of unbelievable. Like, take that scene with Jason on the couch. If you look really closely, the beer bottles on the table, you can actually see tiny bubbles animated inside them. It's a very small thing, obviously, but putting animation into something like that, it really says something about the level of care, doesn't it? And sticking with that same shot for a second, yeah, everyone saw the in-game PlayStation, but did you actually notice the controller's light bar reflecting through the beer bottle? That attention to how materials work, how light bends and reflects, it suggests they're really pushing towards a more physically accurate rendering probably everywhere. And what's interesting is how that could change the whole feel,
Yeah.
making lighting, textures, everything just feel more grounded, more real. Now let's talk about the broader visual upgrades. The reflections in this trailer are, wow, seriously impressive. Look at sunglasses, reading glasses on different characters. The reflections look like they're happening in real time, not just some static image slapped on. The light seems to be actually bouncing off things properly. And thinking bigger, this kind of realism in reflections, it can make the characters and how they fit into the world so much more believable. Same deal with car mirrors. We've seen okay mirrors before, but here they consistently show sharp, dynamic reflections of what's actually behind the car. It sounds basic, right? Functional mirrors. But honestly, that's been a tricky thing in open world games for ages. Getting that right is a fundamental improvement. Could really change how driving feels, how you navigate. Then there's that beach gym scene. Jason's doing bench presses, right? Watch the weight plates. They actually rotate just slightly as he lifts. It's super subtle, you barely see it, but the fact they even bother to animate that little rotation, it just screams dedication to making even simple actions feel authentic. It makes you ask, though, what does all this tiny detail really add? Is it just eye candy, or does it genuinely make you feel more present in that world? And then, liquid physics. Did you see Jason carrying that six pack? The beer inside the bottles, it's actually sloshing around realistically, and it happens again when they toast the liquid moves in the glasses. Plus, there's that bit where someone waves an open can and you see the beer actually spill out and splash. It's these little physics touches. They add up to make the world feel more alive, more reactive. Back to that couch scene, the TV screen reflects not just onto a glass picture frame nearby, but also onto the surface of the table itself. These look like proper dynamic real-time reflections, which probably means some advanced rendering tech is at play. Seeing the environment reflected accurately like that really helps ground everything, makes the scenes feel more tangible. Moving on to animations and character details, lots to unpack here too. First-person driving looks way more polished. There's that moment, Jason tapping his fingers on the steering wheel, like, along with the music. It looks incredibly natural, really fluid, makes you wonder if we'll get more little context-sensitive animations like that during gameplay, just adding to the immersion. Hair is another big one. Jason appears with different beard lengths, different hair lengths across the trailer. That strongly suggests maybe a dynamic hair growth system, for him at least. And Lucia's hair physics, especially noticeable during the prison escape scene, and when that bus explodes, the way her hair moves, reacts to the wind and her movements, it looks very, very lifelike. Vehicle destruction seems like it's had a major overhaul too. That bus explosion, you see really detailed shattered glass, metal panels ripped and twisted, wires dangling out. You gotta hope that level of damage detail carries over into gameplay. Maybe it's persistent, dynamic, and with Jason bench pressing, Lucia fighting, some people are thinking maybe that muscle fat stamina system is coming back, maybe in a more refined way than before. It's plausible, also pretty hard to miss. And finally, drive-by animations. They just look smoother, more cinematic, maybe, like an evolution of what we've had, but definitely updated with modern polish. Beyond the obvious stuff, there are some really surprising bits of realism, some hidden details that are quite fascinating. On a cash register, the number 9 key looks more worn down than the others, because prices often end in 0.99. That level of real-world wear and tear observation is just wild. The amount and variety of wildlife seems boosted too. We've seen raccoons, iguanas, lots of different birds, a red python. People are even suggesting maybe capybaras and Dobermans. Lots going on there. Now, thinking about what might be new gameplay-wise, the trailer definitely drops some hints. That scene with a car dragging a vault, that screams attaching things to vehicles with ropes or chains. Imagine the possibilities for heists or just, creative mayhem.
Hmm.
Did you spot the car with mismatched door colors in different shots? Could hint at panel swapping, maybe much deeper vehicle customization options. And even tiny things like detailed tire treads, unique hitch ornaments on trucks, it all points towards more vehicle variety. Lastly, Jason's safe house seems to change over time in the trailer. Curtains appear, tools show up, protective sheets. Could that mean we get some kind of apartment or safe house customization? It's possible. So yeah, when you add it all up, the sheer level of detail visually and all these potential new mechanics, it really does feel like a potential leap forward for open world games. It definitely gets you thinking. Which of these little things, these potential features, will actually end up having the biggest impact on how you play? Thank you for watching the video. Please remember to like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more discussions like this.